It's the Melchizedek News Hour. Shalom, shalom, family, and aloha from Maui, Hawaii. This is your sister Chaya with your Melchizedek News headlines on this Tuesday, June 30th. I pray that you all are well with so much that's going on around the world. And with that being said, welcome to the Melchizedek Network. This is the network that represents for the true Messiah. And all praises to the Most High God, for this is the day that the Most High God has made, and we shall be glad and rejoice in it, no matter what is going on around the world. Can you believe it's another month has went by? That's right. We're here at the 30th of June with a memorable month. And today what I want to show you, family, is not only the headlines, but I want to show you what people are talking about around the world on the web, because it is just so much that's going on in this hour. And I pray that you have the strength to be able to handle all these things. I pray that you can find peace and some happiness, even with so much that's going on. First, I want to get you caught up on some current affairs here in the U.S. mainland. There's this heat warning that's in effect for a good portion of the country. So let's get into that. And if you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it.
From brutal heat to powerful storms.
It's raining hard now.
Tonight, a dangerous mix of severe weather. Wind gusts up to 131 miles an hour, leaving devastating damage in South Dakota. While further west, crews battling massive wildfires in Utah and Colorado. Plumes of smoke seen from miles away. Look at that thick orange haze blanketing the sky. Here, the fires glow, reaching far into the distance. Crews scrambling to fight the fast-moving flames. In Utah, the nation's largest active wildfire exploding to some 93,000 acres. NBC's Dana Griffin is there.
Those plumes of smoke are hotspot flares firefighters are working around the clock to put out as afternoon wind and heat fuel the flames.
Temperature records in some of the nation's largest cities under threat, hovering near triple digits with the stifling humidity pushing them well over.
It's miserable.
In Chicago, cooling centers open for folks who need a break, while the cooling jets of a splash pad providing another way to beat the heat.
Get in the water, but then get home, rest, nap, siesta.
In Philadelphia, where temperatures may top 100 degrees, World Cup organizers shifting hours for the FIFA Fan Fest this week. That includes watch parties, while a salute to Independence holiday parade has been shortened to a mile.
That's the thing about the parade business. Mother Nature rules everything.
And in New York, fans and air conditioners working overtime, meaning added stress for power grids, keeping utility crews at the ready.
A lot of damage.
In South Dakota, a powerful derecho packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, leaving a trail of destruction. While further west, crews are battling dozens of wildfires, being fueled by extremely dry heat and unusually strong winds. The largest fire in Utah has burned nearly 100,000 acres, as millions brace for even more severe weather and heat across the country.
Europe has been enduring the worst heat wave for them on record. And guys, it is not even July. These have been insane scenes unfolding across that continent. And by the way, that heat is coming right here to the U.S. this week. Let's go ahead and put this first element up on the screen. Just in France alone, they have had more than 1,000 excess deaths recorded. That's sort of the clinical term, attributed to deaths that would not have occurred had it not been for this heat wave. Some of those are directly related to heat exhaustion. Some of them are from things like drowning as well, because people who are desperately trying to seek relief from the heat have been going in water that perhaps they're not able to handle. So that has contributed to an increase in deaths as well.
Meanwhile, torrential rain caused deadly flooding and dry conditions fueled deadly wildfires. Reed Binion reports.
There is so much water out there that even while it's receding, it is dangerous.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear issuing a stark warning Sunday after widespread flooding hit the state on Saturday, killing at least 4 people.
We lost at least one individual trying to drive through waters. We lost another in a car accident, caused by, I think, hydroplaning.
Torrential rains wiped out bridges, inundated roads, and flooded homes.
So much going on, right, family?
Meanwhile,
The search for survivors in Venezuela is now in its 6th day. The death toll from the catastrophic earthquakes has risen to more than 1,700 people. Tens of thousands are still missing, and time is becoming more and more critical. We're joined now by CBS News immigration correspondent Camilo Montoya Gabaz, who's in Caracas, Venezuela. So, Camilo, I saw your reporting yesterday where we witnessed a person being pulled out of the rubble some 5 days after the earthquake struck. When I covered the earthquake in Haiti back in 2010, I recall on the 6th day, an 86-year-old woman was pulled out from the rubble of a church. But now, as we get into the 7th day, it's becoming more and more crucial that anybody who's still alive out there be found as quickly as possible.
Meanwhile,
just over a week from the 4th of July. A pyrotechnic display shakes a community to its foundation.
It was like a war zone at first.
Meanwhile,
we have 2 days into aliens apparently abduct World Cup players during the World Cup. Yes, I am not trolling. There's a psychic in Brazil. This woman right here, she's a psychic in Brazil with over 23 million followers.
I guess these psychics aren't accurate at this point, because the aliens didn't come to the World Cup.
Meanwhile,
Venezuela just had the strongest fucking earthquake in 100 years. But people are so used to the chaos now that, everybody's still watching football. Everybody's still sharing the World Cup. I'll keep an eye on all my social media, and I'll keep in my mind after this that this is why this fucking planet is so fucked up. Because we are so ignorant that we ignore all the things that are actually happening to us, and we entertain ourselves with all the bullshit that the system gives us to turn off our feelings, to turn off our fucking souls, because they want an entire society of soulless fucking demons. And you, all of you who are right now just ignoring what the fuck is happening. Oh, you prayed so much for Palestine. The same thing that is happening in Palestine with bombs and everything is the same chaos that they are bringing to the entire fucking planet. Everywhere you see fucking destruction, and they're killing people and children and destroying the infrastructure, is because they have a fucking plan to rebuild everything with new technology. So keep your fucking eyes open and stay conscious. And next time you want us to pray for somebody, remember to pray for the fucking whole planet.
Following the major earthquake, and people on the ground are sounding the alarm that something nefarious is going on.
Disturbing thing that's going on is that apparently they are taking traumatized and orphaned children to use for child trafficking.
And parents that are looking for their children and being interviewed by the news are telling some strange stories.
I also have one of the people who's quite affected. I would like you to first give me your first and last name, please. I am Noraima Perez, a waitress at the Camurive Clinic, and I am here affected because my 4 children are missing. My daughter Aranza Lopez was taken out alive, but they took her out with a last name that is not hers. Aranza Vergara appears in Social Security. I have looked for her in all the hospitals in Caracas, and she does not appear where they transferred her either.
And if you're like me and you're questioning whether or not this clip is real because the woman being interviewed has an Indian accent, I asked Rock, and the footage appears to be authentic. And what she's saying is that her daughter's name was changed to something else. And now she's completely missing from the system.
Heat wave in Europe, like what's going on?
It could be Agenda 2030, only because, again, going back to Venezuela. So Caracas had that 7.2, 7.5, buildings were collapsing. Guess what Caracas has planned for 2030?
Don't say smart city.
They have a smart city plan for 2030 posted by the World Economic Forum.
Oh, you can't make this shit up.
So what's interesting about this plan, though, is that they're saying they want the age range from 20 to 35 to lead this new push into the city, only because the older generation isn't going to accept a smart city. So what they're essentially saying is, being that you're either a millennial or Gen Z and later, you're going to be more susceptible and be easier integrated into a system like a smart city.
So translation, easier to indoctrinate because
exactly, you're already there.
You're already in it.
The game predicted this. Call of Duty Ghosts in the game, where it's based in 2027, to where Caracas was in ruins and then it got rebuilt into a smart city. This is in the game, and not after they capture their leader.
And that was in the game.
And that was in the game.
Come on, I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, all this shit is
So
EA
tired of this
Sports.
shit, man.
Yeah, it's in the game.
Now, Jamaica, not too long ago, had their whole situation.
Wait, what happened in Jamaica?
They got decimated. I believe it was a natural disaster. It was something that happened that decimated the city.
Yeah, it was a Category 5 hurricane that was in Jamaica.
After that happened, people start pulling up certain documents. They're like, is there a smart city plan? Yeah, there is actually.
Wow.
There's a smart city plan for Jamaica. There's a smart city plan for Asheville as well. Remember Asheville? All these smart cities are popping up to where these natural disasters are happening. Same thing with Caracas. And what's interesting is that they're calling it Freedom City, which is the same name in America that Trump is trying to build. That's one of his initiatives. He wants to build cities to where
this shit don't sound free. That's what I was gonna say. It's always invert this shit. It's always inverted. So like Freedom City is opposite. Like everything's gonna be totalitarian. Right. Who's free? AI. They're gonna know everything. Your face is scanned. 15-minute city. Like I don't feel that free. That's not free. None of it's free.
That's the thing though, because if they do offer UBI, you are essentially living for free, but now you're a product to the government.
But see, it's all in the language. Freedom City. This is freedom.
Right.
UBI. Come check this check. Live for free. Freedom.
Yeah.
It's in the language.
It's in the language.
They're already trying to drip feed what it's rolling out.
These are the things that people are talking about around the world and on the web, family.
Now, bro, I'm not saying that the CIA and the American Zionist government has a Tesla-style earthquake machine that was invented 100 years ago by Tesla that he literally said that he had. I'm not saying that they have that, okay? I am just saying that it is quite convenient for the administration to make Venezuela look a little bit like Palestine if you wanted to create like a bunch of chaos and shit because you wanted to go and steal everyone in that country's natural resources, okay? Now, again, not saying that they have an earthquake machine because that would be fucking crazy, dude. What am I going to say next? That they're geo-engineering the skies with chemtrails? I don't know. That would be fucking nuts, and that's not what I'm saying. I am just saying that Zionism is all about resource extraction and stealing people's land. So what are the top resources in Venezuela? Oil, that's a big one. Natural gas, gold, iron ore, bauxite, nickel, copper, coltan, all of the stuff that the Israeli miners love to have, right? The Israeli Zionist, American miners, and all the Brit, that's basically what Israel's all for. You know how Peter Thiel's dad was a uranium miner for the Nazis, and then he, a couple years, like 4 years after the Nazis collapsed, he was Operation Paperclipped into being an Israeli fucking chemist and miner or whatever the fuck for uranium, and then he came to America. So isn't that so weird? And then Elon's family, they're emerald miners. So I'm just thinking, what if all of the shit that's ever going on is about mining and stealing resources? Okay, let's look at the biggest resource that Venezuela has is oil, right? Crude oil. This is 2023. Look, 23% of it goes to America. 69% of it goes to China. Now, if you were in a world war and you wanted to hinder your ops, right? What would you do? You'd probably want to take the resources that they're using away from them. And you know what's sick? Venezuela has the biggest oil reserves. So it's not surprising at all to me. When the moment this earthquake happens, it's almost like Trump had a heads up. He goes, the two major earthquakes that just hit the great people of Venezuela are both massive in scale and have left a devastating number of deaths. The USA stands ready, willing, and able to help. Quite frankly, I have instructed all agencies of our government to get ready to move quickly. We will be there for our new and great friends. Early reports are not good. President DJT, thank you for your attention to this matter. So yeah, again, we don't have a Tesla-style earthquake machine that we would wield on other countries. That's just crazy, but it is very convenient for America. It's almost like the Maui shit.
As 70,000 people remain missing in Venezuela, and an ocean of grief has washed over that entire nation, we see that we're at now the fourth, almost the fifth day since this tragedy occurred, and the likelihood of finding any more survivors is very low. And what I think when I see this is I compare it to the speed with which Donald Trump and America moved to kill people in the Caribbean with the boat strike campaign, the speed with which Donald Trump and the amount of resources put into removing the leadership in Maduro and militarily attacking that country so that he could steal the oil out of the ground, compared to the response to this unbelievable nightmare they're going through. And it shows we are not a humanitarian nation of deep values and love and brotherhood for this world. We are instead pirates, criminals, terrorists. And that's a fact, and nothing can change it. We have great crimes to answer for in this nation towards other nations. It's not the first time. In 2002, we attempted an illegal military coup of that country. And this has happened again and again. America is not fundamentally bad, but a true nation reflects on what it's done. And we will have a revolution of values. And that day will come. I promise you that.
These wildfires that's going on right now in the West Coast might just go down as some of the world's scariest fires. If you are anywhere in these 12 states on the West Coast, then you need to pay attention. Utah is in a state of emergency. Thousands of acres have burned all across these states. Look at this shit.
Multiple wildfires burning across Utah amid one of the rarest, most extreme weather warnings out west.
We are seeing things that we have never seen before.
Right now, there are 37 wildfires burning all across the West Coast. And at the moment, none of these wildfires are contained. It's saying that these wildfires are spreading because of erratic wind. The most important, this heat wave. The same heat wave that we've been warned about earlier. Mind you, I mentioned numerous times about an El Nino coming this summer. And this is what the United States of America is going to look like next week. A heat dome. Most of the 50 states will be experiencing heat like we've never seen before. Mind you, they're saying in New York City, it can reach up to 109 degrees. I need you to look and see how this wildfire is spreading. Look at this. Look at this right here. I need you to pay attention. It's about to get real.
People are literally melting to death. Over 1,000 people. And that's not all. People are comparing the disaster happening right now on the earth, that's happening everywhere, like right now, to biblical plagues, biblical disasters. We'll get to all the floods and all the fires and also Venezuela flooding, also explosions happening in Venezuela in just 1 minute. It was 41 degrees Celsius in Berlin today. That's 105 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not even like full blast summer yet. Summer just started. There's about 1,300 deaths in the last, since June 21st. I mean, this is just insane in Europe in the last few days. So when people say that this is like biblical, you know, you kind of got to believe them because we've never even seen anything like this. Oh yeah, we have. It's literally a record right now as we speak. Up to 42 degrees Celsius. And then Venezuela is now flooding after the crazy earthquakes. We have California Rescue in Venezuela right now, and we also have random buildings exploding in Venezuela. Unrelated, we also saw some really weird imagery happening in the sky before those earthquakes came. But do know there's also a lot of fake videos that people are making out of CGI because they see something real, so they make a fake one. So stupid.
Y'all bad, just to flip it, pop some tags. Girl, going that go, y'all bad.
While many dance and jig to a song that glorifies stealing and everything underneath the sun of what it means to be a so-called hustler, Young Miami racks dollars upon dollars, has her own business, never teaching you to have your own, but encouraging you to not only listen to her songs, but continue to live beneath the very level that you were always meant to rise above. There are so many examples of young parents whose children suffered the consequences of shoplifting and hustling because the parents were discipled by people like Young Miami and the spirit that operate behind them. Most recent and possible subject is that of Cohen Wiley, a 1-year-old baby who was now dead because his mother was a suspect of possible shoplifting. You see, people like Young Miami will feed this nonsense to you without giving you the very results that will be due to you when you continue to live a life full of rebellion and beneath the very call of God that he has on you. They'll gladly promote poverty and theft while they live in mansions and gated communities, protecting themselves from the very people that they're influencing. This is not about black and white like the enemy is trying to make it, but it has everything to do with every community of people not dealing with the inside sources and influences that is the very reason of not only the physical abortions, but the spiritual abortions to a lot of children's destinies.
And the BET Awards is right there, co-signing all of this foolishness and wickedness. But are we surprised?
Meanwhile,
what they don't want to talk about.
But the numbers are out. This is what's happening. 7 to 15 million dead from the shot, 29 to 60 million disabled, and a total of 500 to 900 million injured. So if you do the math and you put all these together at the high end, you're talking about 1 billion people just from the last 5 years. So you watched World War II times 10 or 15 happen in real time in the world in the last 5 years, but nobody knows what's going on because it's not on TV. The biggest crime in history propagated by the dudes in white coats who are telling you that they're going to poison you into health.
All 22 of the chronic disease categories, every single one, they were higher in prevalence in the vaccinated children, including cancer, autism, neurodevelopmental disorders were like 12 times higher, autoimmune diseases, skin disorders, everything under the sun, learning disabilities, speech delays, tics, ADHD. 18,000 children tracked from birth to average age 10. We just looked at the raw proportions. These childhood vaccinations that we've been just injecting unlimited amounts into our children have significantly contributed to America's chronic disease epidemic. mRNA is injected within lipid nanoparticles in your arm. It travels through every organ system, including the heart. And there's 2 papers, one by Bowmeyer and colleagues, one by Crossan and colleagues. Crossan found mRNA directly in the heart of deceased mRNA recipients. So we know it reaches the heart. Bowmeyer found the spike protein directly in the heart in biopsies of patients with vaccine-induced myocarditis. So we know the vaccine mRNA and lipid nanoparticles get into the heart, translate into spike proteins, so your cardiomyocytes begin to produce a toxic, non-human protein. And your own body attacks the heart, resulting in inflammation and cardiac scarring, including microscars, which are undetectable with imaging. You can only detect it with a microscope, which is very disturbing. And so once you have this scarring, you're going to have cardiac electrical abnormalities, electrical conduction abnormalities, and your heart's not going to beat properly. And then when you go exercise, we found there's 2 triggers, either during exercise or sports when there's exertion, or during the morning waking hours of sleep. In these 2 periods of time, there's a surge in catecholamines, including dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. And so during these times, when you have this cardiac damage, when you have this scarring, that's the trigger usually that leads to this vaccine-induced cardiac arrest. And that's why we saw a lot of sudden deaths among athletes back in 2021.
Brothers and sisters, continue to pray for all. And with that being said, it's only appropriate that we leave out with our daily prayer. As always, here on the Melchizedek Network, peace, love, unity, and respect for all people. I'll see you soon, family. Shalom.
Melchizedek Words of the Day. Reading from the original restored version of Matthew chapter 6, found in the sealed portion, which is the final testament of Yahshua, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Bless us that we may know and do your works, and that your kingdom may come among us, and that your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. We ask you only to give us this day our daily bread, that we may have the strength to do your works, and forgive us our trespasses against your will, only as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. And suffer us not to be led into temptation, but deliver us from the evil of this world and the works that we do here, and help us always to do your will and keep your commandments. For you are the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.